Alright, so apparently I'm live. I didn't even know. I should probably open the stream. So I'm TheSludgyGamer. I run Galaxy, and hoping it's gonna be lots of fun. So what I was doing out here, I was just practicing some frame perfect ground pounds. I can get the run started. So Galaxy is a pretty cool game where like there's not a lot of super technical stuff, some like Super Mario Sunshine or something like that. There's just a bunch of little things. So I'll be playing as Luigi, and I can get into the differences of Luigi and Mario in just a bit. But for Tesla, time starts when I start the game. So count down from 5, I guess. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So Luigi skips the first 5 minutes of the game, which is like a cutscene. So already that's like way better than Mario. You don't have to sit through a 5-minute cutscene every time you play. He runs faster than Mario and jumps higher. And instead of having a higher Wii Remote spin, he has a higher nunchuck spin. But that comes at the cost of... it's basically like he has butter on his shoes. He slides around when you stop, like that. And he takes longer to speed up. And he also loses air when he spins underwater. There's a few other differences, but there's no point getting into those. So for this very first level, we have to catch these bunnies, which I'm gonna shoot starbits at, knock them over, and catch them pretty easily. Unless, of course, I screw it up. Hopefully that won't happen, though. I had a feeling I'd screw that one up. It's okay. Second bunny's hardest one for me. Good news is Luigi's fast enough and he can catch up to him pretty quickly. Alright. So I'll try my best to explain what I'm doing, but there's tons of like really small things that I don't know, it'd be kind of hard to explain everything I'm doing. The first few levels are pretty self-explanatory. I'll try my best to explain the levels before I do each one, because I do have to watch a cutscene every time I go into a level, unlike SMS where you can just skip the cutscenes. And Mario 64 doesn't even have the cutscenes. So I can explain a bit there. There's lots of downtime in Galaxy. And it's also a very long run. It's 2.5 hours for Luigi, about. So strap yourselves in. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Gateway is... it's nothing special, really. Just the next planet, we have some star chips to unlock a launch star. And we just have to do that fast. The only, like, trick that we really do in Gateway comes up at the very end. Oh, I should explain this now. Every time you use a launch star, which are the big stars that send you to another planet, once you land, you can press up and down on the D-pad, and it cancels the landing animation. And while each one only saves maybe a second, if you do it on every single launch star in the game, which is a lot of launch stars, that can save a couple minutes. So you do it every time you can. But with sling stars, which are these smaller ones, there is no landing animation, so you don't need to do that. So we have to knock over this big Goomba, get the key. Alright, so we're gonna have a small little trick here. Hopefully I can get it. Alright, so I just saved like 10 seconds once you land there, you usually have to talk to the Luma. And they explain sort of what's going on with this whole Grand Star thing. But you can just jump out of it. It's not too difficult. So I spun there, so I wouldn't have to talk to that other Luma that was there. If you talk to that, that loses like 2 seconds or something. So that's Gateway. It's nothing special, really. As Mario, it's a pain because you have to watch the cutscene every time you do it, and if you fail bunnies, a lot of the times that's a reset. But with Luigi, it's no big deal. So, thank you everyone who is staying up to watch this. I know it's pretty late for quite a bit of people. I mean, it's late for me, and I'm in Pacific time. So, I really appreciate people who are staying up to watch even part of the run. So, my time in this game is... Wow, I don't even remember. I think it's a 2:31:08. And world record is held by Valu, who holds a 2:28:48, I think. There's not, like, tons of active, like, top Galaxy runners, but, Valu and I think, are both pretty decent at this game. Valu's really good at this game, actually. Definitely recommend checking him out. Over 100 viewers, nice. Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, I'd imagine for most people it's either really late or really early.
Look.
It's called Mario-Thon. Nice. Alright. So, there's going to be, like, a good number of tutorials here that we sort of just have to go through, and just, like, a bunch of cutscenes. It's kind of odd that, despite the fact that you do skip the first 5 minutes of the game, you skip, like, nothing else. Even though, in order to unlock Luigi, you actually have to get all 120 stars in the game as Mario, so you technically know everything they're telling you already. But for some reason, Nintendo decided only to change the beginning cutscene to nothing, pretty much. The only gameplay differences other than how Luigi controls in Luigi Galaxy are the Cosmic Luigi races, but since we go fast in those anyway, it really doesn't make a difference. So Good Egg 1 also doesn't really have anything special. At the very beginning, we're going to skip talking to a Luma, but it's not really that hard. We just long jump up to a launch star. A good majority of skips in this game happen from Nintendo forgetting that you're able to backflip, or triple jump, or long jump, or pretty much every other mechanic in the game. Thanks for the good luck, Go-Go. Oh, dude. That was raiding us. Thanks for the raid. So we can skip a piranha plant here by just triple jumping up to the next planet. We don't have to kill that piranha plant, which gives us a vine normally. And we can long jump over here and skip fighting a bigger piranha plant back there. Maybe you can see him. And just go to this next planet. Yeah, nothing really too big here. Now we can fight the boss fight. So, throughout this run, we do have to collect star bits. We collect a total of 1,000 star bits. We use 400 to unlock Sweet Sweet, and 600 to unlock Drip Drop. So, later, once we hit 600 after Sweet Sweet, I stop collecting star bits, because every time you collect star bits in a level, there's a little text box at the end, which wastes a few seconds. You know, every frame counts. Hello, everyone. So once I start shooting star bits away, that's why. And actually, I don't know if there's actually a really good route for star bits, like when you should grab star bits and when you shouldn't. But some levels I might end up shooting star bits away anyways, because there is one level in the bedroom that can get you a lot of star bits. So they teach you about star bits here, because the next level is actually the only level in the game that revolves around star bits. You normally grab those star bits and then shoot them at Polari, which is that black Luma, but you can just shoot star bits beforehand and then grab the other ones. So Good Egg 2 requires us to get 100 star bits to feed to a hungry Luma, and it's actually the only level in the game that is actually like that. Any other time you feed a hungry Luma in this game, it's usually, like in a level, it's usually to unlock the secret. So this is actually the only hungry Luma in the game that doesn't stay unlocked after you feed it. So we'll try to get as many as we can while we're flying in here. $28, that's a good number. So normally if you spin at those little blue things, they give you 1 star bit, but if you shoot at them with a star bit, they give you 3. So you shoot 1 and then you get 3, so you get 2 out of it. So I just skipped having to talk to some... Oops, I missed a star bit there. I just skipped having to talk to a blue Luma to unlock pull stars by just spin pounding off that other Luma. Because when you spin pound in this game, you do like a homing ground pound. The way you spin pound is spin, then ground pound. And you'll home in on an enemy, or... I don't know everything that you can home in on, but it's usually an enemy. Alright, that's 100. Come to talk to the hungry Luma. Luigi's sliding around, so he goes past him. Oh, let me feed it. Here he comes. Oh, got him. Goomba didn't see it coming. Another thing with canceling landing animations, if you press A right when you land, no matter what you're using on, or using on, what? That made no sense. Whatever what you're launching out of, or from where, which includes when you start the level, if you press A the same exact frame you land, you'll skip the landing animation completely. So if you're entering a level and you tap A right when you land, you can skip the landing animation. And that works for everything, but you usually just go for D-pad cancels instead. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think there's such thing as like a frame-perfect D-pad cancel, where if you press up on the D-pad the same frame you land, you just keep your momentum as if it were a sling star. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, although I'm not positive. What obnoxious set. Alright, so Honey Hive 1 is actually... It has one of the few really big skips in the game. We're lucky it's at the beginning. I hopefully won't fail it, although I do have trouble doing it as Luigi sometimes. So what we're gonna do is, instead of playing the level, we're gonna use... we're gonna climb up the slope of a tree, jump to another tree, where the end of the level is, and then climb up that. Now, as Mario, normally you have to go up around the top of the tree, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you have to get backwards momentum to slide off. But as Luigi, you can actually just jump off the tree, and he jumps high enough that he can reach the other one. So there's actually 2 ways to go up slopes. One, you'll see here. You can just spin up slopes. It's really easy, actually. I don't know how Nintendo didn't get that. And the other one, I don't really want to explain it right now because I kind of have to focus. But, like, you can jump up slopes if you're holding a certain direction. You have to be holding the direction that Luigi or Mario is facing. And we did get it, alright. When I started playing this game as Luigi again, I had so much trouble with that, so I was really worried about that, actually. Failing that loses, like, 40 or so seconds, I want to say. You usually don't continue a run if you failed that skip. That's how much time it loses. It's not worth it to keep going. So we just, normally you have to play through the level. And then you fly over to Toad and talk to him, but you can just skip it. Skip it all. Because who even wants to play a level with bees in it? Honey Hive 2 has another cool skip that isn't actually too difficult, but it still looks pretty cool. It's called Tower Skip. You skip climbing up a tower. That's why it's called Tower Skip. I think it makes a good amount of sense. So at the very beginning, we're actually going to take the same route that we did for Honey Hive 1. Because we have to go... Normally, where we went to get up to the tree in Honey Hive 1, you're not actually supposed to be able to get there in Honey Hive 1. But you are supposed to get there in Honey Hive 2, just not with slope climbing. So we're going to go up there again, hop in a launch star, and then go do Tower Skip. For this run so far, I'm not sure. Probably around even with my PB. So after every level, you'll notice I hit no to something. I know you guys can't read it, but that's... I don't know what that was. Okay. But that's, it's asking me if I want to save. Every time you save, it loses a few seconds, so we don't save throughout the entire run. And we don't have to worry about game overing. It's not going to happen. But even if it did, it's not like an SMS where if you game over, runs over. If you game over, it gives you an option to save. Okay, so we're not going to fall down there like we're supposed to. We're just going to come over here. Oop. Backflip. Uh-oh. I spun too high. Okay, I still made it. Okay, so... so normally you're actually not supposed to escape the gravity there right away. You're supposed to wall jump. And then escape the gravity. And then you'll have an extra spin just in case you don't have enough momentum. But what I did there is I accidentally spun with the nunchuck. And I spun too high. So I actually got kind of lucky that I had enough... momentum to make it over. But normally what you try to do is you try to use that extra spin to spin pound onto the boss to get a free hit. That actually could have been very bad. I could have fallen off the edge maybe. I could have maybe died. Or had to climb up the tower, which I'm actually not very good at. So the last Honey Hive level is a boss fight. So we're gonna go talk to Queen Bee, which we were supposed to meet in Honey Hive 1, and she still thinks we met, so let's just all pretend that we did, okay? Let's spare her feelings. So, I'll explain the galaxies now. Every main galaxy has 6 stars. 3 normal ones, 1 secret, 1 comet, and 1 purple comet. Don't worry about purple comets, they're not in any percent because they don't unlock until after you beat Bowser. Comets, there's a couple different types of comets that you will get to see during this run, but it's usually sort of like a small challenge in it. And the secrets are, obviously, a secret level hidden in one of the other levels. And some levels end up having 7, but those are unique. And then there's other levels that only have 1 star, such as the Hungry Luma levels and 1 galaxy per dome. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but I'm trying my best. So basically, for the most part, a galaxy either has 1 star or it has 6. But the most we ever do in one galaxy is 5. Alright. So that's great. We missed the third hit. So that's a bit of a time loss. But, not too much. The edge, which unfortunately I have done multiple times before. And it's not a whole lot of fun to do, so hopefully that doesn't happen here. I was actually really hoping I would get that third hit because it looks kind of cool, but I mean... Oh well, the backflip is cool too, I guess. So right here we're going to get a little tutorial by Mr. Penguin on how to ray surf, despite the fact not only did he not even ask if we knew how to ray surf, he only asked if we knew how to normal surf. We've also 120'd the game as Mario at this point, so we don't actually need to learn this, but they're teaching us anyway because they think we forgot. So I've sort of thrown that around a bit, but yeah, in order to unlock Luigi, you get all 120 stars as Mario, and then you beat the final Bowser level again. Then you get to do it all as Luigi, as New Game Plus. And if you do it as Luigi, then you unlock the final galaxy for both of them, for a grand total of 242 stars. Oh yeah, so these, the loop-de-loop levels, like these surfing levels and the ball level, Rolling Green, are motion control levels, not control stick levels. So I'm tilting the Wii remote. It's bad playing casually, but after a while you get used to it. We're gonna make some tight corner cuts here, so hopefully I don't scare anyone. Hide the children. Might be too scary. Actually, I'm actually playing it kind of safe because I'm a little shaky right now. Yeah, shoutouts to Tesla for putting this all together. It's really cool of him. Really glad to be a part of it. Dude, I'm playing baby strats right now. At the very end, we can just jump over this. Okay. 58. Alright, that's fine. The ray controls are alright. I think they're okay. Loop-de-loop isn't that cool, but Loop-de-swoop, the older brother, which unfortunately we don't get to play in any percent, is actually really cool because you get to go on a loop. Unless you're speedrunning, in which case you actually skip the loop, which is even cooler. So Flip Switch isn't special either, we just do more of those panels that we saw in Gateway, except it's an entire galaxy based off of that. I would like to point out that on Loop-de-Loop, it's actually possible to get a 55. And the best I've ever gotten is a low 57. So I actually don't remember. I think I saw the 55. I think it's on, I don't even remember what it's called. It's whatever that website is that has points for games. I don't remember. I can't believe I can't remember it. Someone probably knows what I'm talking about. But it's there. So flip switch isn't special, we're just flipping switches quickly. Oh! Don't forget that one. That one's important, you need all of them. We can do a quick triple jump up here and get to the start early. Cyber score, that's what it is. I don't know why I was forgetting that. Not 55s. I should try to get a 55 sometime. But I've seen IL world record for that, and it's actually kind of terrifying. He's... Like, if you think I was getting close to the edge, he was, like, actually hanging off the edge. I feel like he was barely touching the water, so it's pretty terrifying. Alright, so Bowser Jr. 1, or the Mega Leg fight, also has a cool skip. At the very beginning, there's actually two ways to pull it off. I'm doing the baby way because I actually have a hard time doing it the cool way with Luigi. If I was playing Mario, I'd go for it the cool way. But, we're gonna triple jump off of a cage and go into the gravity of Mega Leg's planet. But because we're not actually gonna land where the cutscene usually starts, we have to go there before we can fight Mega Leg. Pace of my own? Probably not very good pace. I've made a couple of mistakes. That's alright. We're gonna triple jump on up here. Ground pound. And this gravity field is really big. And I'll explain why, because if you're on Mega Leg, and the gravity field was small, and the other gravity field of the other planet was really big, if you're on top of Mega Leg, there might be a good chance that, like, you might get sucked into the other planet. So that's why they made it so big. It's just they forgot you could triple jump. There's the great reveal. We didn't see him at all. We didn't see him. Shush. Don't tell him. He feels more impressive thinking that we didn't see him. So Mega Leg's nothing special either. We just go up quickly, and then we have to use bullet bills to destroy a cage at the top, which somehow makes him blow up. Now these little walls are about to get put up. Normally they want you to break through it, but again, Nintendo forgot what they implemented in their own game, and you can just do this. So there you go. That's Mega Leg. Okay, Space Junk 1. So, the most recent, like, actually really big skip was for Space Junk 1, and it skips a good portion of the level. It's also one of my least favorite skips in the game, topped only maybe by Ghostly Secret skip. Basically, it involves trying to get some odd momentum with a pole star, the blue pole stars, and escaping into a different field of gravity. It's kind of odd, but we skip a star chip section and a little rocket ship section. And then afterwards, there's a Luigi-only skip that I'm going to go for, where you can actually get into the Sling Star early, a Sling Star early, and skip a small little cutscene. But actually, there was a setup. There was a way to do it discovered by Mr. Gix01. He's actually going to be running New Super Mario Bros. Wii tomorrow in this marathon. I don't know if he's here or not, but he did find a way to pull off the skip up to the Sling Star with Mario. And it actually looks like it could be faster with Luigi than doing what was known before. But I have not practiced it enough to go for it. I've actually only been able to pull it off like a couple of times. So I'm just going to go for the one I do know, and hopefully I'll make that. I think it looks pretty impressive, a lot more impressive than the other one. I guess that makes sense, obnoxious. Never really thought about it that way. So let's hope I get this pull star skip within a few tries. First try would be great, but even within 5 tries, I'd be okay with that. Nice! I got it first try. That's great. So we just saved like 30 seconds over doing the level normally. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna go for the Luigi skip here. What we do is we bounce off a spider and get some cool backwards momentum. That was way off. Okay. So now we have to do baby strats. We just have to break the toads and watch the cutscene. But normally what you would do is you'd bounce up to that sling star and get in there early. I think you'd be able to see what that does. So this last section has nothing special. We just skip actually navigating it because we know where everything is. Get these silver stars and then they turn into the power star. And that's it for Space Chunk 1. For people going to bed, I appreciate you watching it all. I know it's late. Alright, so Space Chunk 2 has a boss fight called Camella, which most people actually really hate, myself included. I do not like Camella. There's very little RNG in this game, but Camella does have some RNG, but not enough to make a difference. With bad RNG, Camella will make you lose at most 10 seconds, so it's really not a huge deal. And other than that, I mean, I can't really think of any major RNG in any percent at least. 120 stars has the Bouldergeist fight, but even then, that's like really small. So it's pretty nice that this game is mostly just skill, no luck. Enemies' placements, a lot of the times are RNG, like Goombas, but like, it usually doesn't make a difference. Actually, it never makes a difference, pretty much. Just for me. Well, thank you, Evie. Except you should probably get some sleep since you have a run tomorrow, right? I'm not imagining that. So normally we would put down a bridge back there, but we don't do that because we long jump instead. And that's way cooler than putting down a bridge. So we actually can't D-pad cancel there. There's a few platforms in this game where you can't D-pad cancel. That was one of them. Except I always go for it anyway because muscle memory. Alright, so we're gonna grab an extra shell here to throw at Camella at the beginning of the fight. Unless she goes right, in which case there's a good chance I'll miss because I'm like that. So deal with it. Oh yeah, it can make a difference in rolling green. Whether or not you bounce on a... Alright, she went left. That's good. I never miss when she goes left, but when she goes right, I get kind of nervous and I hold the shell for a little longer. Alright, so we can just skip her fire cycles by spinning at her. Didn't get back in time. Dang, rip. To this day, when I've long jumped to cancel the cycle at Camella when she's off stage, I've still never actually hit her and fell off the level. Hasn't happened yet, and I'm always afraid it's going to. Alright, so rolling green, this is, there is a small skip here. It saves maybe 10 seconds? I don't know, 8 seconds? Probably not a lot, maybe not even that. But it's basically going to look like we're going to jump off the edge, but we'll be fine. Don't worry. And then after that, we just roll our way to the end. Preferably, you don't want to jump or hit a Goomba, because that stops your momentum. Although we will jump once during rolling green, just because it's a lot harder to go around it and keep your momentum. I used to go for that, but I'd usually end up hitting a Goomba, and that loses more time than jumping. Yeah, the new Super Mario Bros. Games are very cool. The runs are very interesting, for sure. So we have to talk to this little, I don't know what board this is. The boards in the signs in this game have names. There's like Phil board, Bill board, Gil board, Jill board. I don't know which one this is because this is Japanese version. And I can't read that language. So in 120, you actually get to play Rolling Gizmo first. And you actually end up skipping the tutorial for this level. That doesn't work in Loop-de-Loop, but it does work here. So when I jumped off the edge there, that saved some time. Normally you're supposed to go into a little hole, and then you'll go down the whole thing, but we don't do that because that's dumb. We like to go fast. Yeah! So no exploring here, let's go get the star. I was trying to make it over to the flag. I did. Nice. So that was another motion control level. It's really not too bad once you get used to it. Although rolling gizmo, it can be kind of troublesome. Although you don't do that in any percent either, so we don't have to worry about it. There's lots of really cool levels that you don't actually get to do in any percent. So if you think an any percent run is cool, like, you'd really enjoy a 120 run, because there's an entire dome that you don't go to in any percent. Alright, so Battle Rock 1 has a little triple jump at the beginning to skip a Starship section, and then after that it's an auto-scroller. But the auto-scroller, alright, so I don't know if you guys will find this entertaining or not, but there's something I like to do during auto-scrollers. And I've wanted to do this in a marathon run since I started doing it over a year ago. And we get to do it twice in this run. Some of you know what I'm talking about. It's nothing special, but we got the triple jump. The garden is the one dome you don't get to play during any percent, and it's very fun. It has my favorite galaxy, which is Melty Molten. Very good galaxy. Easily, probably the hardest main galaxy in the game. Shooting range? No, but I should try that. I've never done that before. Alright. So momentum is cool, so we get to do this. Meow. 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 We're an airplane. That's always really entertaining to me. I like doing that. Meow. Meow. Alright, I'd do it again, but we actually have to position ourselves for a triple jump. So if you like the Nero, don't worry. We have to go back to this level later for the secret. So we will get to do it again. Hope you liked airplanes, because we're going to do it again later. Carry this bullet bill over to the star, jump on top, and we can just grab the star right away. I'm so happy I did that. I want to do that in a marathon. And now I've done it. Alright, Battle Rock 2. I'm trying to think, is there anything really big here that I should talk about? There isn't really anything big. This is the only level in the game where we're actually going to use the first-person mode, like, to our advantage. No, that's not true. We use it in Toy Time Secret when I don't forget to. So, in Super Mario Galaxy, a lot of things don't actually, they're not actually there. They don't do anything when they're not on screen. So usually enemies, like, they won't move when they're not on screen. So, at one point in this level, there's a launch star. Launch stars in this game take like a second or two to load after they appear. And they have to be close to you on screen, whereas in Galaxy 2, it barely takes any time, so you never worry about it. But in this game, during this level at one point, a sling star is supposed to take you above a launch star, which loads while you're above it, because Nintendo thought they were smart. But what we're going to do is when the sling star is appearing, we're going to look up at the launch star so that it's on screen, making it load. And we do that with first person. And then we can get into it early, and it saves a few seconds. So we grab a bomb, jump back over here, and just throw it at that Luma. That's going to turn into a sling star, after we talk to it. And we just get in early. That cut it a little close, so that was good. We have a pull star section. We'll just speed right through this. And we'll use the D-pad again in this room to look up at a Luma trapped in a crystal to make it closer to the center of the screen for when we shoot out of a cannon to break it out. You'll see what I mean. Thanks so much for the good luck. So that opens up a cannon. We'll look over here. So that Luma normally doesn't move unless you're looking at it. So it's a little closer to the center now when we go in here. This will turn into a launch star, and we can spin right into it. Which, fortunately, the game loads the launch star for us. So we don't have to go back through another cannon. And this last planet will open up one more cannon and shoot towards the star. Or we'll do that. I actually have not done that since I started running the game. I usually don't get hit by those. So, there you go. Mario-Thon. Sludgy points by watching this run. Unfortunately, no. I apologize. What Obnoxious said. If you end up breaking only the outer layer, the launch star will not spawn. And if you shoot it while it's out at the side, you won't be able to make it in. Alright, Battle Rock 3 skips a little bit of an inside part of a planet, but other than that, it doesn't really have anything big. We skip a weird gravity section by just triple jumping off of a block, which you could honestly just backflip, so that's another thing that Nintendo just completely looked over. It's a good thing that they don't tell you how to backflip, because if casual players knew how to backflip, I'm sure they would figure these things out. Oops. Probably won't make that now. Alright. Normally you can triple jump over there, but I screwed up, because I'm just gonna blame it on playing as Luigi, because that's the easy way to do it. I'll try to shoot this topman here. Nope. It always looks cool if you actually hit the topman into the lasers while you're flying. Done it a few times. It's pretty impressive. But you usually don't want to try to shoot it with a starbit because there's a chance it'll go like flying off to the side. Do something that never happened before. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Just triple jump off of that, and we can skip a little section there. We can skip the spring here by just failing the triple jump and backflipping instead. Lucky coin, okay. So Galaxy, like I said before, there's not like tons of groundbreaking tricks. Just a bunch of small things that add up to be a lot of time. Movement is really important in this game. I mean, it's important in any game, but this one especially. So in Bowser 1, the next level, I'm gonna actually do a Death Warp, which is actually not faster than not doing it, but it does help out cycles, which you'll see what I mean by that. And other than that, the level is pretty straightforward. That was a very good Top Maniac fight. It's about as good as you usually want. Those little yellow topmen, their hitbox is like way bigger than you'd think it is, and a lot of times they'll bounce you around and it gets really annoying. So this is the first Bowser fight. The Bowser fights in this game aren't too difficult. And you can skip almost every you can skip pretty much every phase that Bowser will do in pretty much every fight by just like spinning at a certain part of him. The first Bowser fight's nothing really to look at. The third Bowser fight, while cool, is like pretty self-explanatory. I personally think the second Bowser fight is actually the most exciting one. I think it's the most difficult one to do optimally, but it's the most satisfying. I agree with Obnoxious. So we'll go over here, backflip, and that should give us the Death Warp. And we'll skip a small part of the level. Alright. Well, so I should explain this actually. So, I don't know how many of you were watching the SMS run earlier, but if you remember, Dutch said that in order to unlock Bowser, you have to beat the Shadow Mario fight in every world. Which means if you were able to skip some stars, or shines, sorry, you could beat the game earlier than the game intends you to. But in this game, instead of having that, they did the smart thing like Mario 64 did, and just said you have to have 60 stars to beat the game, although it was 70 in Mario 64, and they changed it back to 70 in Galaxy 2. But we need to collect 60 stars, and then we unlock the final Bowser level. So it doesn't really matter if we were able to skip a level in this game or not, because it wouldn't make a difference. We just play the fastest levels we can. Alright, so I'll skip a little phase here. We'll jump up, and he'll jump down because he's dumb. Thank you for the good luck, Gogo. Explain tilt. Maybe. Tilt is a weird mechanic in this game, and if I'm being completely honest, despite the fact I've been running this game for over a year at this point, and I've put a lot of time into it, I still don't understand how it works. It's really weird, and sometimes it makes you jump higher, and certain, like, surfaces give you tilt, but better tilt than others. It really doesn't make any sense. And it's really only important for Beach Bowl 1, which we're about to do. It helps us pull off a skip, but if we fail the skip, it doesn't matter because there's an easier, more consistent way that we can do it anyway. So that was Bowser 1. Nothing too exciting. We just cancel out his phases every time he was going to shoot fire or something, and then he just jumped on the little cage thing. Simple. Not to me. Not to my puny little brain. And Dusty Dune 2, that is right, that is correct. Although we do not play Dusty Dune in any percent, unfortunately. But it's understandable, because those levels are very long. I love Dusty Dune personally, although most people usually tell me they dislike it. So, I guess I'm in the minority. So Beach Bowl 1, at the very beginning, it has a Star Chips section underwater, which is very annoying to do. I remember playing it back when I first ran the game and didn't know anything about it. But we can just skip that. We can actually skip everything in Beach Bowl 1 pretty easily. So what we'll do, instead of going to the water, we'll hop over to a tree, triple jump up to that, and then backflip up to where the launch star would normally take us. And then instead of going around, I'll try to go for a triple jump that can help us up to the final platform. You can see at the very top there. Normally you'd have to go back behind that star. You can either triple jump up, or you can go up to the waterfall next to it, if you don't have the right tilt. And we did get it. Alright. So we did have the correct tilt. So we just skipped the entire level, basically. Very simple. Beach Bowl 2, I don't know if anyone else agrees with me, but I actually very much dislike Beach Bowl 2. It's short and really just shouldn't exist. We don't really do anything special here. We just talk to Coach Penguin. He tells us that we're in a swimming class, apparently. And we gotta go find a golden egg shell. It's a shell. Not an egg. I mean, it's literally the same thing, though, so who even cares? And we're just gonna go steal it from the actual penguin student. So basically, we're gonna be cheating on a test. Beach Bowl 2 is stupid. It's pointless. It's not fun. It's short. It's just there. Alright, I was trying to go for a frame-perfect ground pound there. If you ground pound and spin on the very same frame, instead of doing a spin pound, you'll just do a normal ground pound. Which is... I just did it right there. It's the only way to directly ground pound out of a long jump. Which if you long jump and frame-perfect ground pound, it is faster than just spin pounding or spinning and then ground pounding. Saves a little bit of time. Eggs have a shell. That's true, but do shells have an egg? No. Yes, sometimes. It depends. Not that shell. That shell didn't have an egg. At least I hope not. Because it broke after I threw it. Beach Bowl 3 skip? Of course I'm going for Beach Bowl 3 skip. So there's a skip in Beach Bowl 3 and Beach Bowl Comet that, while possible to pull off as Mario, most people don't go for it because it's kind of difficult. But as Luigi, it's much more consistent, so we'll get to skip half of the Stone Cyclone. Which, for those of you who have played Galaxy 1 or Galaxy 2, you know what the Stone Cyclone is. It is much the skip is much easier to pull off in Galaxy 2, from what I've heard. But Beach Bowl 3 is the next level. So Beach Bowl Secret isn't anything special. I'll do one cool thing at the end where I skip the Cataquack. While it's barely even faster, and not faster at all if you take any extra time to do it, it looks pretty cool, so that's... Alright, well there's also the strat that I just made up called throwing away the shell and having to get another one. That's my favorite one as well. It doesn't happen very often, so it's mostly RNG, but you know. When it does happen, it saves a ton of time. Just trust me on this. I'm a doctor. Also when camera angles. Okay. This is going magnificently. But trust me, that's totally a strat that people do. Been running this game for a year, I think I know what I'm talking about. So we'll triple jump up to this coin and skip the Cataquack having to get it for us. So we're Ice Luigi now. We're so cool. Alright. So we're just gonna wall jump up these real quick. Because apparently that's how waterfalls work. And instead of using the Cataquack, we're gonna be cool, because we're Ice Luigi. Go over here. And just backflip off of that and grab the star. What Obnoxious said. Yes, you really should play this game for yourself. I recommend anyone who has not played this game, play it. Even casually, it's still one of the greatest games I've ever played. It's phenomenal. in my opinion, better than Galaxy 2, although Galaxy 2 is definitely worth picking up for sure. For those of you who have a Wii U, it is on the Wii U eShop as a virtual console download, and you could probably get it at a GameStop or on eBay for like 20 bucks or less, so it's definitely worth picking up, and you can probably get it for pretty cheap. Alright, so we're gonna go over to the Stone Cyclone, and hopefully skip it and not die. Dying would probably make us lose time, but I don't know. I don't really know how speedrunning works. Just triple jump up here. Hopefully he doesn't mind us standing on his head. So instead of doing this next part, we're just going to go ahead and skip all of that by doing this. Nice, we got it. We'll have to do that one more time during Beach Bowl Comet, which is basically Beach Bowl 3's Stone Cyclone section, except the enemies are fast. Not nearly as fast as they were in Galaxy 2, though. Alright, Ghostly 1 doesn't have a lot of special stuff. There is one cool little clip at the end, actually one of the few clips in this game that you actually can do. Clip through something. They learned their mistake from SMS and actually made it so you can't really go through walls very well. Except for Ghostly Galaxy. So we're gonna do a cool little trick to get into the mansion early and skip a small little Boo Mario section. We're also going to skip, normally what you're supposed to do at the very beginning of the level is you get inside the mansion, and a Boo, you're supposed to follow it to a light that you turn on, and then it will give you the key. But because we're fast, we're not going to do that. We're still going to get the key, but we don't want to turn on lights, because that's slow, that wastes time. So what we do is we long jump over here, and grab this sweet power star, make us all rainbow. And then we run super fast, super speedy, over here. We don't care about this chain chomp, we're gonna go right through him. We'll run right up to the Boo, and instead of putting in the light, we'll just spin in his face. And he'll give us the key. Because we don't want to do what the game intended for us to do. Because that's dumb. And that's not what a speedrun is. So get these star chips, and we'll unlock a launch star. As we all know, if you do a skip in speedrunning, you're cheating, and your run is actually not viable. Alright, here's the skip. Here's what we're gonna do. We're not actually gonna go in the mansion, we're gonna clip into it. Which I guess means we're still going into it, but whatever. There you go. Always a crowd pleaser. Camera angles are weird. So we skip a small little Boo Mario, Luigi section. Not Mario. We're not playing as Mario. Who's that? Mario-Thon? More like Luigi-Thon. Right. So Nintendo was lazy, because normally you save Luigi as Mario, but instead of making it so you save someone like, I don't know, like Daisy, you actually save Luigi. And honestly, it's a little confusing, and you start getting into a whole lot of errors with like how this game would actually work, and maybe is there time travel involved, like kind of alternate universe stuff. But instead of that, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna say we don't care. That's the easy way. So that was Ghostly 1. Sweet Sweet isn't anything special. We're gonna go feed the Hungry Luma, unlock Sweet Sweet, which is this is the first of 2 Hungry Lumas we will be doing. The other is Drip Drop, not nearly as fun. Sweet Sweet, we're just gonna play through it normally. We're just gonna long jump a lot, and hopefully beat it fast and not fall off. So if you can, oh wait, no, you can't see my splits. Only I can see my splits. The next level we're going to be doing after Sweet Sweet is Good Egg Luigi. Luigi gets you 3 stars in this game. NPC Luigi, I should say, not the Luigi we're playing as. So we have to talk to Luigi here, so he'll tell us that he's actually gonna help us get stars. What a nice guy. So after Sweet Sweet, we're gonna get a letter from Mail-Toad telling us Luigi's in Good Egg Galaxy. And we have to go find him. It's really hard level, actually. It's probably the longest one in the game. But we have to do it anyway. And then every time we have to do Luigi afterwards, we actually have to talk to Mail-Toad ourselves. But usually I don't forget that, so we should be okay. We're using the fast route. Technically, I'm actually not using the fast route. You're correct. But I don't want to do fast route because it has Sling Pod. And I'm lazy. Also, I should explain, there is a feature in this game called 2P, the co-play. It was basically, it's kind of a dumb co-op, actually. It was designed, obviously, for the little sibling. But there is a glitch with it that allows you to give an extra jump. And it is actually faster to speedrun this game with 2P. However, I do not do that. And very few people actually do. Valu, a few months ago, beat the 2P world record with 1P after that was in place for almost 2 years, actually. At the moment, I'm not planning to pick up 2P, but I may eventually. It looks pretty interesting. So we're going to talk to this Toad real quick. He's going to give us the Luigi letter. This is a really, really hard level. It takes a long time, and it has probably a bunch of frame-perfect stuff. So it's going to be a difficult one, but I mean, hopefully I'll be able to pull it off first try. What Obnoxious said, English is slow, Japanese is fast, which is what I'm playing on, but Korean is the fastest. So we go into a level we already played so we can skip cutscenes. Alright, time for the really hard level. Get ready. Hope I get this. And nice, I got it. Frame perfect every time. That was really difficult. Hard level. Yeah, I was being sarcastic. That's the easiest level in the game. You're actually supposed to go around to the other side of the planet and go in a pipe, I'm assuming. I actually never did that casually. I just triple jumped up to the to the roof because, I mean, how do you not do that? Alright, so Honey Hive Galaxy. This is not the first comment we're doing. What was the first comment? Is this the first comment we're doing? I actually need to check. I don't remember. This is the first comment we're doing. Okay. So this is a cosmic comet. There are 4 cosmic races, I believe. Maybe 5. And you race a cosmic clone of yourself. Cosmic Luigi is faster than Cosmic Mario, but because we do skips, we don't even care about that. But he actually long jumps instead of running, so that's pretty good. We're gonna get a little boost here by holding Z and then pressing A right as we start. And instead of going the way the arrows tell us to, we're actually gonna go this way. And probably just walk off the edge because this run's dumb. Ha, just kidding, I got you, didn't I? Skip to the end of the level, or to the end of the race, and grab the star. You can actually do that in Honey Hive 1 if you don't want to do the big tree skip yet. And that does save a good amount of time. It's just tree skip does save more. We have a Cosmic Comet person in our chat. Say hello to Cosmic. Alright, now we're going to go do Beach Bull Comet over in the kitchen, which, as I said earlier, is the Stone Cyclone again, so it's not going to be anything new, except enemies are fast. They're speed running, just like me and everyone else in this event. I want to say again, thank you everyone who is watching this event. Not just my run, but everyone else's run as well. I wasn't able to catch most of the event because I was doing something before I came here. But the runs I did see were really, really cool, and there are some really cool people running. So shout outs to all the runners. And to anyone watching, like, I really appreciate it, because I know how late it is for a lot of people. And also, shoutouts to Tesla for hosting the event and having me. Having a lot of fun so far. So everything's fast, but it really doesn't make such a big deal, especially since we get to skip this half again. Actually, I might not make that. Never mind, we're good. So that's nothing new. It is early morning for Europe right now. Alright, so Bubble Breeze is a level that, for people who played casually, they probably really despised. And I don't blame them. The first section is not too bad. The second section, however, is just, it's god-awful. It's terrible. It's really frustrating, especially since it's motion controls. But luckily for us, we're going fast, and we don't have to do the second section, and you'll see why. There's a very easy skip that lets us skip the entire second section. Not even joking, all of it, every single part. I don't even remember what's over there, actually. I remember, like, there's some weird pushy things. Other than that, I don't actually remember what's over there. I should probably play it again. We'll get these star chips. Not going to go for early cycle here because I don't really feel like dying on Bubble Breeze. It's not a whole lot of fun, to be honest. Alright, so instead of doing this big second section because it's dumb, how about we just backflip and get up here and long jump on over to the star? How's that sound? That sounds good to me because I like invisible walls. Helps us go fast. Also, I got a new best segment on that. I feel really proud of that. Good job, me. Okay, so Ghostly's Secret has a few cool skips, except for one skip that it's actually my least favorite skip in the game, making this one of my least favorite levels in the game. It involves ground pounding onto an invisible wall that is very thin, and then getting enough momentum in your jump when you jump off to be able to make it out so you can wall jump off of a platform. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, I know. If I pull it off, you'll see what I mean. There's a very good chance I'll not pull it off, because I actually struggle with this skip a lot as Luigi. With Mario, I actually get it pretty consistently, but because Luigi takes so much more time to start running, I have a lot more trouble with him. So we'll go over here. We're not going to do the main level right now, because that's dumb. Instead, we're going to go over here. We'll skip this little auto-scroller thing, and we'll skip that key as well. Also, we'll skip this next auto-scroller because that's dumb. Let's just long jump over. How's that sound? Alright, now here's where the dumb skip is. We can skip a last auto-scroller if we want, but I have to be fast. Okay, so there's also the chance that maybe you overshoot the wall and then you die. Which usually doesn't happen to me, but Mario-Thon run? Cool. And we got it. So that's pretty cool, actually. I usually don't get that as Luigi. So that's what we do. We skip the auto-scroller. I think you sort of understand what I mean now. If we had gotten that first try, that probably would have been a best segment for me, actually. Well, Porygon, you know what's so great about this game? Because it's so relaxing, you can actually do both. You can listen to the game while trying to go to bed, And it's just so relaxing. Of course, there's going to be my voice getting in the way, but like, you know. You could fall asleep to it if you want. Alright, so this is the second Bowser Jr. level. We actually get to fight Bowser Jr. in this one. So instead of actually doing these cannon sections, we're just going to skip over to here. Normally you have to shoot out of that cannon to get to another airship, and then you shoot out of a cannon and then shoot over to where we just went. But if you hold Z, the camera will zoom out, and you can actually just shoot over there. You can shoot over there without holding Z, but you have to hold Z if you want to shoot out right away. So then we'll just crouch under all these things, because they forgot that you can crouch in this game too. And we'll fight Bowser Jr. Nothing really special about him, we just throw shells at him fast. Currently on your PB. I don't know, I really don't feel like checking right now, because I do have my splits, but I don't want to check. Probably a couple minutes off. Runs not, you know, it's not perfect. Oh, okay. So now he's angry. He's angry turtle. Oh. And that's no good. You can't have that here. Alright, other than that fourth shell, that was pretty good. The soundtrack in this game is very good. There's not a single song in this game I actually dislike. Oh, we missed the star a little. Close enough. Alright, so we're actually not really going to see much more of Bowser Jr. There is one more Bowser Jr. level where we get to refight a boss fight from Good Egg 3. But since we didn't play Good Egg 3, we're actually not even... That wouldn't even be refighting in this case. We're not going to be playing that level because it's slow. We will see him in the final Bowser level, though. For a brief appearance. But for now, we're done with Bowser Jr. Fair enough, X-Bam. I mean, most video game soundtracks tend to be very good. Buoy Base is not the best track in the game, actually. I disagree. Best track in the game is the purple coin level missions, like the timed ones and stuff. Except, unfortunately, you don't get to listen to that in any percent. Yay. Alright. So we're grabbing this Luigi letter now, even though we're actually about to do Battle Rock Comet. We're going to do 2 levels, and then we do Luigi level, but we get the letter now. So we don't have to go back and get it after Hurry Scurry. So Battle Rock Comet isn't anything special, it's just the top Maniac fight from Battle Rock 3. Except we're doing a Daredevil mission. So Daredevil Comets, they just give you 1 life instead of 3. So if you take damage, you're dead. But, I mean, it's not too scary, so we're fine. Of course, now that I said that, I'm gonna die here. What are the other comets we've seen? We saw Honey Hive Comet, that was Cosmic Comet. We also saw Beach Bowl, that was a Fast Foes. And then this one is a Daredevil. I'm trying to think, what else is there? There's timed comets, but we don't actually do any of those in this route. So I got the frame perfect jump there, I explained those earlier. Jump the same frame you land, you'll skip the landing animation. So that's pretty cool. So it's literally the same fight, nothing's different really. Oop. I have played this game so much, and a lot of stuff has happened to me, including dying on this level, and I can tell you there is no worse feeling. That's actually not true, I laughed when it happened, but whatever. Purple Comets, I think Purple Comets are the most fun levels in the game, although most people disagree with me. Daredevil Comets are not that bad. The only one that's actually scary is Melty Molten Comet, because it's really easy to get hit when you're trying to go fast. But, with enough practice, it's not that scary. Bouldergeist isn't too bad if you know what you're doing. all the comets are previous levels from the game, or like from the galaxy. Melty Molten Comet's interesting because it doesn't just take a part of a level and give it Daredevil. It takes an entire level and makes it a Daredevil mission. I think it's the only one in the game that actually does that. That's kind of terrifying. Probably a worse feeling. Yeah, probably. Hurry Scurry isn't anything special. We just have to grab these music notes and a star will appear in the center. These little small galaxies are the ones that only have one star in each of them. Like Hurry Scurry, Loop-de-Loop, Flip Switch, you know, these things. And Bubble Breeze. Bouldergeist isn't even that bad with RNG. The RNG loses very little time if you get bad RNG, and it's unlikely you will usually. Alright, so those of you who missed Battle Rock 1 earlier where I sounded like an airplane, we're going to get to do it again here in Battle Rock Luigi, because that's the level we have to go into. Battle Rock Luigi is basically Battle Rock 1, except instead of breaking the cage on the top, we have to break a cage on the bottom, and that's where Luigi is. Other Luigi, not this Luigi. He has a star for us. So we get to do the sweet triple jump again. Dreadnought Purples is a very bad level. It's the only purple comet I actually dislike. Alright, ready? Meow. 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 Just kidding. Meow. Meow. Alright. That's it for Nero. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, nice bonk. Alright, so we're gonna go save Ouija, and he'll give us a star. Because he's nice. We like Ouija. That's why we're playing as him. Meow. I guess that noise could sound like a meow. My cats don't do that. You know, now that I think about it, we've been pretty lucky because I have a cat that oftentimes while I'm streaming will try to open my door and usually succeed, and that hasn't happened yet, and I'm very happy about that. Especially because he probably hears me talking. And I actually didn't put anything in front of my door to keep him out, so I would actually have to get up in the middle of the run to close the door. And that would not be Mario-Thon friendly. Making you sleepy. Well, good. It's late. People who are watching, while I appreciate it, if you're tired, you should definitely head to bed. Taco. My cat Taco. Seems like everyone likes him, except he annoys me. I still like him, though. I appreciate anyone who's watched this far. I know how late it is. Galaxy is a sleepy game. It's very relaxing. The music is very good. Alright, so we get to do a nice little boo race here. We get to race with what's his name? I don't actually remember. The Spooky Speedster, that's what it is. I forgot for a moment. We get to race him twice in this game, only once in any percent though. So everyone, you can get your guesses in. A good guess is around 43 seconds or so. You can get your guesses in for what you think I'm gonna get on a Spooky Speedster race. Nothing special here, we just do a bunch of Polestar stuff. And we get to use a little sling star up here that Nintendo actually intended for you to use. I don't know why anyone would ever skip that, like it's literally right there, you can't, it's not even hidden. You are easily spooked. Careful, it's really scary. 43-31. Alright, that's Ghostly 2. And unfortunately, we are done with Ghostly Galaxy. Which sucks, because Ghostly 3 and Ghostly Comet, or Ghostly 3 mostly, is my favorite Ghostly Galaxy level. But it's long, so we can't play it. Say Emo 1. It's pretty close. Alright, so this galaxy is the only galaxy in the game with 2 stars. It's supposed to be like a normal 1-star galaxy, but they actually hid a green star here. There are 3 green stars you collect, and once you get all of them, you unlock the trial galaxies, which are basically, there's 3 galaxies, and they're all big brothers to either Rolling Green, Loop-de-Loop, or Bubble Breeze, and those would be Loop-de-Swoop, Rolling Gizmo, and Bubble Blast. And while casually they're very difficult, once you've played them enough, they're not too hard. Unfortunately, we do not get to play any of those during the run, as they're not that fast, plus that would make us have to unlock Dusty Dune 2 and play through to get the other green star in it. And that's slow. There's actually a 4th trial, sort of. That's where the final galaxy in the game goes. If you 120 start the game as Mario and Luigi. But I don't really know if it's fair to call that a trial. They just needed to put a place to put the galaxy. Oops. Okay. So we get to do a cool skip here that if you're using only one player, only Luigi can pull it off. We get to skip this cool starship section by just doing a little weird spin jump bounce off a trampoline and skipping up to here. And that's Buoy Base 1. Normally you have to grab some star chips and you'll get a little pull star to pull you up. But we don't do that because that's not fun, is it? So, Buoy Base Secret is a green star level, as I said, and actually, casually, I think this was more obvious. It took me a while to figure out how to do Buoy Base normally, actually. I did the secret first, thinking that's how you're supposed to do it. Buoy Base Secret, actually, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to get a bullet bill and carry it around a small little portion of a level to break a cage open with the star. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I actually didn't know that was how you were supposed to beat the level. Like, I never knew what was, like, to the left after you grab the bullet bill, because I've always just long jumped over with the bullet bill, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So where my star pointer is, that's where you're supposed to go with the bullet bill, and you walk around to get to the star over there. But I've always just long jumped over, and for the longest time, I actually had no idea what was over there. Until I think I saw someone running it. Who was a new runner. It is a fun fact. What Eevee said. The first planet will just completely unload. It's kind of interesting. Alright, so we're done with the kitchen. Actually, no, we come back to it for one more star later, that being Drip Drop. But now we're going over to the bedroom, which is the most fun. I'm sorry. Now, bedroom, I'm sort of conflicted on it because it has one of my least favorite galaxies and one of my favorites. We're gonna do one of my least favorites first, and that is Gusty Garden. While it has incredible music, the levels themselves are not too great. Mainly the first and second ones, as well as the Comet. But then we get to do Freeze Flame, which is very fun. And there's a cool skip that we get to do in Freeze Flame 2 that I think that usually is a crowd pleaser. Rosalina's bedroom. That's sort of what I was going for. In Gusty Garden 1, I'm trying to think if there's any special skips we do. Oh yeah, at the very, here, it's coming up. I'm gonna, like, ride one of these dandelions a little further than they intended me to. So this planet coming up here, I'm just gonna skip past that, and pretty much every other one as well. We're gonna keep riding this dandelion over to the next planet. And then we're able to triple jump up to the last planet that we're supposed to get to of this little section. This last little bean planets. Triple jump up there. Kill this thing, and then go on the launch star. And get rid of some of these star bits, because I think I have quite a bit, and I can get a lot in Honey Climb, which is coming up. So we have another one of these dumb little bunnies, but this bunny's actually fairly easy to catch, so it's not that bad. So we just do that. By the way, I hope I'm doing alright commentary for my run. I should have shot away those star bits, but whatever. Hope I'm being entertaining enough and explaining thoroughly. If you're thinking about stopping by one of my streams, that would be greatly appreciated. Although, keep in mind, I am much more vulgar there. I'm trying to tone it down a bit for a marathon. But I hope I'm being entertaining, and I hope the run's entertaining as well, because I love playing this game. I don't know if I could ever really quit this game. It's very, very fun. Shoutouts to Cactus Poke Poke. Literally the greatest Twitch account ever. So, Gusty Garden 2 doesn't really have anything special either now that I think about it. Just kind of play fast. There's a planet shaped like a question mark where they have moles, and those can be kind of annoying unless you know what you're doing. If you know that they actually don't move when they're off screen, it's actually very easy. Okay, so here's the thing. A 100% speedrun actually consists of two 120-star runs. Once as Mario, once as Luigi, and then you do the final level in the game as both of them. A 120-star run takes around 6 hours if you're good. And 242 takes about 12 to 13. I have done a total of one 242-star run before, and it was fun, sort of. Sort of fun. Like, I would do it again, for sure, because I'm not very satisfied with the time. But it definitely, it's a very draining run. So moles went okay there, even though some of my camera angles were odd. We're gonna cause this caterpillar to go out through the apples again. And instead of getting the caterpillar on this last planet, we'll just triple jump up to the star, because that's easier. To this day, I still don't know which one of these little platforms unlocks the caterpillar. Never figured it out. Yeah, Cactus Poke Poke is my alternate account. He's a very nice guy. I like him. Yeah, and there's extra credits in 242, because normally in 120 you watch the credits once to unlock the purple comets. But in 242, you have to watch it 4 times. So here we have a little boss fight with a big mole. They sort of work like the small moles, just a little different. And I'm only fighting him actually because I just want the star. To be honest, if I'm being completely honest, I don't actually care about that bunny because those bunnies give me health. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I value its life, but I kind of want to take it prisoner. Oops. That was a new strat I was trying out. I have never gone for that in a run before. Jumping over the mole instead. Sort of worked. The credits are longer when you have 120 because there's an extra cutscene at the end. Alright, so Gusty Garden Secret and Gusty Garden 3 can actually be interchanged. So hopefully I won't screw up Secret. But if I do, it's not a big deal. In this game, doing a level out of order actually can really screw things up, because comets in this game run off of a weird cycle where, like, a certain comet may show up at one time, but not at another, if you play a different level instead of that comet. It's kind of hard to explain. They do it much better in Galaxy 2, where the comet just stays there once it appears. But if you screw up the route, comet cycles can get screwed. And, usually that kills a run. But in Gusty Garden Secret and 3, doing it out of order, it doesn't make a difference. So we can just skip this little planet here. And just go straight up here. We have to grab that coin to help us in the secret. Unlock the vine there and backflip up. So we need to be Star Luigi again. And that golden chain chomp right there, once we break that, a shine will come out. A shine. A star. It's called a star. This isn't Super Mario Sunshine. That was earlier. And that's Gusty Garden Secret. Comet cycles are too complicated. All you need to know is that comets get messed up if you screw up the route. So there's actually going to be a kind of cool skip in Gusty Garden 3 that I get to do. I actually like Gusty Garden 3. In my opinion, it actually looks cooler as Mario. But during the weird gravity switching section of Gusty Garden 3, you can actually skip pretty much all of it. As Mario, what you do is you switch the gravity to bring you to the last section by long jumping over to where a gravity switcher is. But with Luigi, you can just long jump over to the last section, because he long jumps higher. And for those of you who didn't hear me explain why I'm shooting starbits earlier, once I hit 600 starbits for Drip Drop, I actually don't need to collect starbits anymore. And when I do, it loses time because I get a text box after every level for it, and that loses a few seconds. Now, I don't have 600 yet, but I get a lot of starbits in Honey Climb, so I actually should have stopped collecting a while ago. So here we just grab some star chips, nothing special. Oops, get up there. Now we get to do a cool skip. Alright, watch this. We're not gonna do the level. Let's just do this. Alright, so you can't do that as Mario. A, because his long jump isn't high enough, and B, because his spins... Well, actually, no, his spins aren't a problem. His long jump isn't high enough. So you can just skip it. But as Mario, you can do that, like, a different version of the skip. That isn't too much slower. Although it does activate the cannons in that last section, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. Alright, so we're gonna do the last Gusty Garden level of the run. Unfortunately, we have to do 5 out of the 6 levels. We would probably do the 6th level if Purple Comets got unlocked before Bowser, because that's also a pretty short level. But I wouldn't complain about that, actually, because I like that level. So here's a funny story, actually. When I got this game, I probably got it 2008, maybe? 2009? I don't know. How many years ago is that? 7? Let's say 8 years ago. So I'm 14 years old, which means I was probably 6 when I got this game. I couldn't play video games. I was terrible at them. But I had an older friend that could. So he basically played through the entire game for me, except for the final Bowser level. Now, I did play Galaxy 2 on my own. But I actually didn't play this game casually for the first time until winter of 2014. I just think that's kind of interesting, that my very first playthrough of the game wasn't actually my own playthrough. One of my friends just did it for me because he had already beaten the game. I almost didn't hit that. My first Mario game, I'm trying to think. The first Mario game I ever played was probably Mario Party 4. But the first one I owned was maybe Sunshine. Anyway, that was Gusty Garden Comet. Just the boss fight again, except it's a Daredevil Comet, so if you get hit, you die. I've died there before, and it's not a whole lot of fun. It's more believable in person that I'm 14. Alright, now we get to do Freeze Flame, which is actually one of my favorite parts of any %. I love Freeze Flame. I get that a lot, glitch step. See, the funny part is that I still kind of sounded like that when I first started streaming when I was 13. If I had told people I was 13 at the time, no one would believe me. So Freeze Flame has a couple of pretty small skips in every level. Well, actually, no, there's some pretty big ones, but they're really easy to do. So Freeze Flame 1, with my star pointer, you can see, normally you're supposed to go around there, like in the back, and climb up to Baron Burr at the top of, you'll see. But instead of going to the right there, we'll just triple jump up to here. And unlock a little sling star they have here. So we're at this next section already, and we're gonna get this ice flower. And instead of doing the little thing they have there, we're just gonna do this. Skip that little moving block section. So this is Baron Burr. Just have to spin at him. Yes, look at Eevee and I's picture from SGDQ. It's a lot more believable if you look at that. Okay. So that's Freeze Flame 1. So Freeze Flame Comet is another cosmic race. We skate. It's actually weird because I don't know why Freeze Flame Comet unlocks after Freeze Flame 1, because you actually are doing it on a part of the level that you get to in Freeze Flame 3. So I don't actually know why it unlocks here. The only difference being that it's completely frozen rather than half snow and half lava. But here we're going to have a little skating competition with Cosmic Luigi and destroy him because we're fast. Yeah, Facecam makes 14 a lot more believable. Especially when I've shaved. Oops. Didn't get the boost. My bad. So we're just gonna skate here. Cosmic Luigi's fast, so he's actually kind of catching up, but it's okay. We're faster. Because Nintendo doesn't speedrun. They don't know how. There we go. Really simple. Nothing to explain there. Age is just a number. I don't have facial hair? What are you talking about? Well, yeah, not right now I don't. It's because I shaved it yesterday. Man, people don't even believe me that I shave. It's because I have blonde hair. Alright, Freeze Flame 2 is a pretty cool level, actually. So what we're going to do at the beginning is there's some star chips, and you have to spin at the crystals to break them out. And if you let go of the control stick while skating, you'll actually stay in place after you spin at the crystals, so we can let the star chips spawn after we break open the crystal. And spinning gives you a little boost when you're on ice, so we do it as much as we can. Oops. And then Freeze Flame 2, we actually get to skip pretty much all of Freeze Flame 2, or a good portion of it. So in Freeze Flame 2, what you're supposed to do is once we land here, we're gonna go left. We're supposed to go left and go through some doors and stuff, and I don't actually know how it all works. But instead, what we're gonna do, and then after this, we do another section with like some weird rolly things and fire flower stuff, but we don't want to do that. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this life shroom, double our life up to 6. We're gonna go over here and watch this. Whoa! How is he going so fast? Oh my gosh. And we skip all of it. So in this game, and Galaxy 2 actually, if you lava bounce off of a lava wall and keep bouncing on lava, you actually get an insane amount of momentum. And it actually allows you to do a very cool skip in Galaxy 2. Which I recommend checking out. It's at the very end of the run, in like a Bowser Comet or something. It's cool, but that's a pretty cool skip. You could skip over all of it. It identified itself into your hairline. Nice. Alright, so Freeze Flame 3 could be annoying if Nintendo forgot, if Nintendo didn't forget what they programmed into their own game. As well as Freeze Flame Secret. So this first section that we're gonna do, we're supposed to skate around so we don't get hit by the lava and all that, you know. And we're supposed to skate to another side of a planet, as you see here. This is the planet. But instead of going all around that, how about we just decide to jump over it? How's that sound? And I usually get burnt there. I don't know. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. Whatever. So we just skip all of that because Nintendo forgot you could jump. Alright, so if you don't actually know how to triple jump, this next section is very difficult. Oops. So what we're gonna do is bring this up. And we're supposed to walk over here. What you're supposed to do is turn left, and you're supposed to do this really annoying lava risey thing with some weird, like, red things. But instead we can... I usually triple jump up, but I actually failed and had to do a backflip. We can just go up there instead and grab the fire flower. We don't even need to open the door. And it makes this level much, much easier. I know you can long jump there, but it's slower to do that. Even if you get burnt, I think. So what we're going to do now is just grab this, and we just get to skate through this little course that we did in the comic. It's literally the same thing, it's just lava now, and we're Ice Luigi. Whew, I almost fell off. That would have sucked. running late. If I'm being completely honest, I'm actually pretty tired because I got up early this morning. Had to go do some stuff. But it's okay, because I'm speedrunning for all you wonderful people. I'm glad that there are people watching. Alright, so Freeze Flame Secret would suck if you did it the intended way. Playing this level casually is very frustrating, and I hated it casually, as most people probably did. But, if you're fast, you don't hate it as much. So basically, this is the deal with the level, and this applies more than pretty much every level in the game. Nintendo has all these really frustrating sections, you know, laid out for you to do. Has an entire level planned, and you actually just skip all of it pretty much. Still got quite a bit of people, dang. Thank you so much for the support, everyone. So there's a sling star we're supposed to get up to, and what you normally have to do is carry an ice flower, over to some little geysers to get up there. But instead of doing that, we're just going to long jump over here and take advantage of slope climbing by spinning up the slope. If you look over to the left, you can sort of see where those geysers are. And that's how you normally get up. And we just go up here. So this takes us over to the secret part of the level, where we get to climb the summit. We're going to skip everything. Actually, for a moment I forgot what to do here, which is weird because I play this game a lot. Alright, so it's more the second section that's usually annoying for people. That was a very slow fire. But you can skip this entire section as well. Oops. My fingers are getting a little confused. You can just wall jump up here. And skip, like, literally all of this. Same here. And here. And you basically skip all of it. with backflips. So if you ever play this game casually and you really don't want to play that level, now you know. Hold Z, press A, and you'll backflip. Unfortunately, that is all that we get for Freeze Flame, because that is 5 out of 6 levels we can't do anymore. But now we get to do Honey Climb. Which, a lot of people find this level kind of difficult. But I'm going to tell you the secret. So here's the thing. The meteors that are falling down on you at the one part that most people have trouble with, they're actually like as thin as a piece of paper. You can just jump over them and just keep flying and you'll be fine. That's the secret to this level, is jump over the meteors. It's really easy. Thank you for the good luck, Evie. Basically, that's the entire secret of this entire level. Just fly up and skip everything. Because why would you actually, like, play the level that they designed, right? So this is where we get a lot of star bits. So that's why I stopped collecting early. So this is the part people have trouble with, but don't worry. I'm not gonna die. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Smiling Satyr for the one time he died 3 times in this level. I don't know, just people in the Galaxy community know who I'm talking about. Satyr's pretty great. Don't pull a Satyr. See, they know. Yeah, this level's pretty simple. You just fly over everything. And refresh on your bee fuel. Your bee juice. Also known as honey. You're skipping everything. You could also call this honey skip. I'm sorry. I actually can't believe I've never made that joke before. I'm very disappointed in myself that I've never made that joke before in the whole year that I've been playing this game. Alright, so Bowser 2 is a pretty cool level. It has a really cool skip in it. But it actually isn't too difficult, but it's pretty visually impressive. And the Bowser fight is very fun as well. Like Sunshine? Yeah, I was talking about Sunshine. That wasn't a good joke, I apologize. So for the most part, the first parts of these levels are pretty self-explanatory. I'm sort of just skipping some moving platform stuff with long jumps. This section, you're supposed to ride some platforms, but we're not going to do that. You're supposed to ride platforms up to... Oops. Up to that platform right there to the right, but we can just triple jump up there. It's pretty simple. Alright, there's another moving platform section here, but we can just long jump across, make it over early, so we're fine. This is all pretty self-explanatory. Now this is the cool part. So there's like a bunch of gravity switches here, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here. We don't want to do this auto-scroller, because it's dumb, right? Auto-scrollers are dumb. So what we do is... this. We do a nice little slingshot over. And it's very satisfying. And we go over to Bowser. Now what you're supposed to do is break open these Luma things and get stairs after you save them, but that's dumb. We don't want to save Lumas. No one call PETA, please. Alright, time for the second Bowser fight. In this fight, Bowser actually spins at you. He uses your move against you. First hit, he does only one spin. Second hit, he does two. Third hit, he does three, as well as some other phase stuff. We actually get to cancel the spin, unless you're incredibly close to him like I was there, in which case you usually don't cancel it. But there you go. You can cancel the spin before he even does it, which is kind of cool. Now the first spin cancel isn't too impressive, but the second and third ones look way cooler, trust me. So we want to cancel his fire phase here, because that's dumb. Who likes fire anyways? Cancel first spin, jump and cancel it again, because if you jump, your spin actually gets canceled. The one that you have currently active. Now for the next one, if we jump and spin, we're not going to have another spin in the air, right? Well, we can do like a weak little pathetic spin that still cancels his hit, so it's alright. There you go. And that's my favorite Bowser level, because just the clanking of the spins is so satisfying. Thank you so much, Cosmic. And good night to anyone who's going to bed. I appreciate anyone who watched. And that's Bowser 2. So we're coming up on the end of the run. We're about to do the last dome of the game, which is called the Engine Room, and is most people's least favorite. It's like, it's kind of because there's a lot of levels that I think are really cool, and there's a lot of technical stuff, and then there's some levels that are just... Gold Leaf 2 I'm sort of mixed on, because it's a really cool level, and there's some cool skips in it, but some of them are kind of hard to pull off. And then TheSlud is just kind of boring. And then Toy Time is kind of odd, because Toy Time 1 and 2 are both very cool, and Toy Time Secret and Comet are not. So it's sort of like half and half. But there's lots of things in the engine room that can make you lose quite a bit of time, so hopefully we'll play well. If my voice is putting you to sleep, then apparently I'm a lot more relaxing than I thought I was. Gold Leaf's okay. There's some really cool skips in Gold Leaf. And there's a really cool skip in Toy Time 1 that actually, it saves the most time out of any skip in the game, like a minute and a half or something, which is crazy for this game. And it's pretty cool. We skip the entire Mecha Bowser section. Toy Time Purples is fine. Shush. I'm one of the few people in the world who actually likes Sea Slide Purples, despite how long it is. I think it's okay. Alright, so Gold Leaf 1 doesn't really have anything I need to explain a whole lot. It has... We have to collect some star chips to get some pole stars, basically. And we're not going to do it exactly the way Nintendo wanted us to, but for the most part, it's not really anything too groundbreaking. And then we have another bunny at the end, which is actually the hardest bunny in the game, and I have a hard time with it as Mario. The way you're supposed to get it is like to put up some platforms to get it to stop in its path. But what we do is we shoot starbits at it, although I usually end up missing. As Luigi, it's not a problem because he's actually fast enough where he can catch up to the bunny, but Mario is actually not fast enough to catch up, and he cannot catch that bunny without using the little platforms, no matter how hard he tries. So we will be grabbing starbits here so we can have them for the bunny. Oops, I don't know why that wasn't working. So we're gonna grab that. Grab some more starbits. We're gonna do some first-person strats and oops, and grab those pole stars. And get into the launch star. Alright, this is the last bunny of the game. Fortunately. Oops. Come back. Okay, hey, I got it. I think there's one more level in this game where bunnies show up. And that is Snowcap Galaxy. But you don't do that unless you're doing 120. And that's actually a galaxy entirely centered around bunnies, so I'm sure you guys can all imagine what the hell that is. You catch 3 of them and it's not so fun. But I like the music. Okay, Gold Leaf 2 is very interesting. You do a lot of skips here. So I'm gonna try to explain it best I can. The first skip what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip some Sling Stars and use a Cataquack to launch up to the first launch star. And then after that, we're gonna do a weird, like, side flip momentum thing to get up to that cube planet that you might have just seen at the top of the screen. Then from there, we're gonna skip another Cataquack and try to get a pretty tight triple jump up to a weird zigzag planet. And I'll explain more after that. There's lots of skips in this level, probably more than any other game. I mean, any other level in the game. I'm tired, so my words are sort of getting jumbled together. I apologize. But we basically just skipped a good portion of the level by doing that just now. So I'll go over here. Alright, we have to do a kind of tight triple jump here. And we got it, nice. I usually don't get that first try, so I'm glad I got that. So we go over here, bring Cataquack up to the launch star. Oops. Then what we do here is we're gonna triple jump. Oops. Thank you. We're gonna triple jump up to get a bee mushroom, which normally you have to use a Cataquack to get, but that's dumb. So we're gonna grab this. And we're gonna walk over here. I actually don't know how this next part works, but we're gonna get a weird momentum thing when I spin off of that and fly straight up here and skip the rest of the level. And normally you're supposed to have be Luigi and you're supposed to fly around a bunch of stuff, but we don't want to do that. We just want to fly up and go get the star. So that was actually pretty clean. That's actually a Gold Leaf 2 that I would love to have in a PB. I think I had a pretty bad Gold Leaf 2 in my PB. I think the other day when I did a practice run, I actually died in the beginning and still saved time, which was a little sad. Alright, Gold Leaf 3 also has some cool skips. So as you can see, there's like all these weird platforms, and normally you're supposed to climb up that tower, but we're just going to skip pretty much all of that. So instead of going around where my star pointer is, up those flowers and stuff, we're actually not going to get B Mario. Or sorry, B Luigi, because Mario, who's that? And we're actually gonna do a cool thing I like to call tree skip. Most people actually like to call that, so it's not just me. And we just go straight up here. Oh, I should have gone for the triple jump. I forgot to. Alright, we can skip climbing up the tower as well. We don't need to do that. Normally you use B Mario and fly up some stuff, but that's boring. So we're just gonna do this. And we can do a cutscene skip here, if I get it. Alright. So normally what you do is you land, and there's a small cutscene skip with the mole. Or there's a small cutscene with the mole. But if you actually don't activate the cutscene, the mole will not attack you until you do. And you can still activate the cutscene too, which is kind of weird, even after the mole's dead. If you walk over to the position where it is. Good night, Mr. Porygon. Thank you for watching tonight. But that was a pretty clean Gold Leaf 3. As well. This entire Gold Leaf was actually pretty clean. Better than I usually get in a run, so that's nice. So the next two Gold Leaf levels aren't that bad. Gold Leaf Secret is really fast and easy, and Gold Leaf Comet is basically we just do tree skip again, except we're in charge of camera angles this time. And then after that we do Sea Slide, which is pretty boring. There's an auto-scroller in that, and then two little races, one with Cosmic Luigi and one with some penguins. Oops, I should probably select the level. Alright, so we're gonna take advantage of slope climbing again here to get up here faster than the game wants us to. Long jump behind the tree, where they have a nice little bubble here. Fly up, ring the bell with our star pointer, and we got some nice music notes. Bet you never heard that song played that fast before, have you? We'll grab the star. Nice and quick. Gold Leaf Comet is... the tree skip is just the same, except I don't, except I use a different camera angle. And I sort of just kind of YOLO the backflip, actually. Which, you know, actually, no, I'll go for the triple jump this time. Because that looks way cooler if I pull it off. So again, Cosmic Luigi is faster than Cosmic Mario, but most likely he will not beat us. I have actually lost this race to Cosmic Luigi before when I failed to skip enough times, and that made me really sad. But that was quite a while ago, actually. Now, I failed to Cosmic Mario, which is even more sad, because he's really slow. But that was back when I had like a 256 as him or something, so... Alright, we're gonna do the triple jump here, because... Fast... Hey, we got it! I like it. See, that's way cooler than backflipping. I was born late 2001. I mean, if you really want me to be born earlier, you could just go back in time and tell my parents to conceive me at an earlier time. Although I don't know how they do that, because I do have an older sister, and that would be a little awkward. Plus, it probably wouldn't conceive me, it would probably conceive a different child. I'm assuming most of you know how this stuff works. I don't think I need to get into a middle school sex ed class here. Why did I not go down very far? Alright, so that... I don't know if you guys saw that, but right before I talked to Guppy, this giant shark, I had a weird, like, thing at the surface of the water. There's a thing in this game where if you swim up to the top of the water and stop spinning, you'll, like, move a little bit fast at the top of the water for, like, a moment. Well, there's a glitch in this game where since you can keep spinning underwater without waiting for it to refresh, if you're able to like get that little boost at the top of the water but keep spinning, you do it over and over again and you swim very quickly, and it's called surface swimming. And we're going to take advantage of that in both Sea-Slide Comet and Sea-Slide 2. Sea-Slide 1, it only saves time before talking to Guppy because this is an auto-scroller. I don't know if I explained that very well. You can't really do it in Galaxy 2. Like, the mechanic is still there, but the way they fixed it is they made it so there was a cooldown after spinning. Whereas in Galaxy 1, there's no cooldown after spinning underwater. So one of the few disadvantages of using Luigi is he loses air quicker, and when he spins underwater, he loses air. So during Sea-Slide 2, while we're doing a race, we'll be spinning so much underwater that we're actually going to need to grab a couple air bubbles. But it doesn't lose too much time. And other than that, it actually doesn't pose any problems for the rest of the run. Poses a little bit of a problem in 120, but not too much. Mostly during Deep Dark Galaxy. Sea-Slide 2 is a level where basically I have to shake the Wii Remote for 50 seconds, which was a lot more entertaining a couple months ago when my arms weren't used to it, and like I couldn't shake at all. Like my arms would die during that, but now I do all right. It's also a lot more entertaining when I have my webcam on, so I apologize that you won't be able to see that. So this is the last cosmic race that we'll be doing. It's an underwater one, except we're going to surface swim, so we'll be half above water. And surface swimming, I don't know exactly, like, what you need to do to cause it. I sort of just spin up to the surface, and sometimes it works. And certain parts of, like, certain levels are better for surface swimming than others. I don't know exactly how it works. Alright, we got it. First spin up. So we're moving very fast here. As long as we don't move or hit anything, we should be fine. Here we go. That is a pretty much perfect Sea-Slide Comet, other than not getting the frame perfect ground pound. Favorite and least favorite galaxy in this run. Favorite galaxy is Freeze Flame. Least favorite, I'll have to say Gusty Garden. It doesn't have my least favorite levels, but overall it's my least favorite, most likely. Actually, I don't know, it's kind of hard. As I've run the game more, I've come to like certain levels that I used to hate more just because I've gotten better at them. I'll say Toy Time because I really hate Toy Time Secret and Toy Time Comet, which are coming up. But it's also kind of iffy because I love Toy Time 1 and Toy Time 2. So it's kind of hard to decide. And plus, I mean, I've played these levels so much that I've started to actually, like, fall in love with almost every single level in the game. And it's kind of hard to choose the least favorite. So yeah, in the run, Freeze Flame is my favorite, though. In the entire game, though, Melty Molten is my favorite, for sure. Alright, so there's a chance we can get a free surface swim here. Let's see if I get it. Unfortunately, we did not get it. If you start spinning right as it says go, without holding A to make you spin better, you'll get a free surface swim. Hello, surface swim, please. There we go, we got it. Alright, so we have to spin underwater a lot, because that's actually faster than grabbing a shell, which is what Nintendo wants you to do. I didn't even see that question. Did he ask if I was gay or something? Actually, I don't want to die. Okay, that was a little close, because I grabbed the shell by accident. Speedrun is one word. Actually, it's speed dash run. Okay, we got the fast surface swim here, so that's good. A good time is usually under 50 seconds, but under 1 minute's still gonna be okay. My arms used to hurt like hell, normally. But, I've done this level enough that they don't hurt anymore when I shake. I actually want to see what question he asked me. I'm always curious about these things. This is a speed run? Oh. He asked if it was a speed run. I thought he was asking about my sexuality. Yes, this is a speed run. Alright. So we have to do 4 Toy Time levels, then we play Drip Drop Galaxy in the kitchen, and then we play the last Luigi level, Honey Hive Luigi, and then we play Bowser. So the other day when I did a practice run of this, I actually didn't have enough Starbits for Drip Drop, something I haven't done. I've only done twice, like including that time. So I'm assuming I have enough right now, but I should probably check after this. I'm supposed to have 600. And you usually have enough, but I stopped collecting Starbits too early, and I never checked to see that I had enough, because I thought I did. It was pretty funny when I realized I didn't have enough. Alright, so Toy Time 1, we get to skip this little, walkie thing. We can just triple jump up here, and we skip this weird gravity section. And we can just long jump over here into the launch star. Now here's where you usually use Spring Luigi, but Spring power up is dumb, and you don't actually need it at all. So we're not going to use it, because that's dumb. No one likes Spring. If you like Spring, you don't like Spring. Okay, that's because you're wrong. So we're just gonna skip Spring and wall jump, because Nintendo forgot you could wall jump. It's actually possible to get literally every level in this game done without using Spring power-up once. Although a couple are kind of difficult to do with, or a couple are really hard to do with 1P, but with 2P it's very simple. So we can just skip Spring Mario again and get into this launch star. And then we have this Mecha Bowser, which normally you have to do a bunch of little platforming things on his arm and stuff, and all sorts of different things. Well, since we're fast, we actually get to do a big skip that saves a minute and a half. So this is what we're going to do. This is called armpit skip, because we go in his armpit. And you're not supposed to go over here. If Nintendo, don't tell Nintendo that we went over here, because they won't be happy. And we'll skip to this last little section where you're supposed to use Spring Mario. I'm not going to make that. You're supposed to use Spring Mario here, but we don't want to do that. So we're just going to side flip up here and ground pound. And there you go. You just skipped. I just skipped a minute and a half worth of gameplay, pretty much. Spring more like lame. You're right. So that's a pretty cool skip. 1P Mario. Actually, it's not. I'm assuming you're talking about Beach Ball Purples, and it is possible to get that. You have to use a weird shore launch technique. I don't really want to get into it because that's not in this run. But it is possible to get that with 1P Mario. Okay, Toy Time Secret is a dumb level, and Toy Time Comet is a dumb level because it's Toy Time Secret but fast. Alright, so we have to grab 50 Starbits here to feed a hungry Luma. Sometimes you can get pulled up over here with that triple jump, but didn't get it. Jumped a little too early. No, every single level in this game is possible to get without using Spring. Even Toy Time 3, you can beat that without Spring. You do that in the speedrun of it because Spring is slow. That's the one with the popsicles. Alright, so we're gonna use first person there to advance the cycles a little bit. Helps out. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I just screwed up cycles. It's really easy to screw up cycles in this level, and that's why I hate it. Usually because it's my fault. And everything's so slow. Ah. You can do Beachable Purples without Spring. I'd like to thank everyone again who's watching. Sorry, I didn't really explain that level. I didn't really think it needed explaining. It's pretty self-explanatory. And the comic's literally the same thing, but the enemies are fast. But thank you everyone who's watching, who has watched the event at all. It's been going great so far, and we really appreciate it. And if you're watching while it's super late right now, or like really early, then like, props to you. It's pretty impressive. So thank you. I don't know if any of you have been watching the entire Galaxy run, but staying here for over 2.5 hours just and listening to me ramble, that's pretty impressive. I don't even think I could do that. Oh, I didn't want to go that way. It's kind of close. You normally have splits? Yeah, this actually isn't... This isn't my channel, Green Tails. This is a Mario Marathon. My actual channel is TheSludgyGamer. But yes, I usually do have splits. It's just because we're doing a marathon. I don't have them showing on stream. I am running against them, though. Using them right now. Otherwise, I'd forget the route. That was a new best segment, which was actually kind of surprising. I don't know why that happened. Okay, Toy Time 2 is actually kind of fun. So, instead of feeding the Hungry Luma this time, we're going to grab some star chips. Now, there's a small little skip we can do to get up to a little screw quicker. It doesn't save lots of time, but it's satisfying to pull off. And after that, we have a silver star section on a, like, 8-bit toy Mario thing. It's pretty cool. Dang, Tesla. Thank you, Tesla, for running this event and losing sleep because of it. We'll deserve a break afterward, man. Any gold string? Yeah, I've gotten a few. I actually don't use gold as my best segment. I use pink because I think it looks way better. But yes, I have gotten a few this run. Like 3 or 4, maybe. I'm probably not going to make that. Okay. Yeah, you can actually backflip up there. Hey! I've never practiced that before. I just saw someone do it. I saw Valu do it once. So, hooray for not practicing that, but getting it anyway. I don't know if you can do that as Mario. He doesn't either. Alright, that's all the star chips, and the launch star will spawn right here. And we get to do this last silver star section. And we just have a few more levels. Reminder that I need 60 stars to unlock the final Bowser level, which means we do 61 levels in this game. Second person? I've never seen anyone else use pink. I think pink looks way better than gold. Pink's also my favorite color, though. So. Thank you for the good luck, Sid. Alright, we're done with the engine room. So now we have to go do Drip Drop, which is the Hungry Luma level of the kitchen. Let me see if there's anything to explain. There's nothing much. Just kill. You have to kill 3 eels. Eels don't move like other enemies when they're off screen, so that's what you have to take advantage of. I usually don't screw it up, but there's a chance I will. So we're gonna go feed this hungry Luma, and then after Drip Drop, we have 1 more Luigi level to do. And then we get to fight Bowser. So as we're coming up on the end of the run, I'm actually gonna remind everyone, this is the last run of Mario-Thon tonight, I believe. Yeah, I'm the last run. But tomorrow morning, at 11 Eastern time, I think? I don't know, I know it's 8 my time, so that would be 11 Eastern. That's when the runs start again. I mean, I know Tesla was probably gonna say that, but I did it for him because I'm so nice. And I wanted to steal his spotlight. Ha, I got him. These eels are terrifying, let's be honest here. Alright, so that eel won't move because it's off screen. So I can grab this red shell, turn around the camera, and there you go. Easy. And that should be a best segment, actually. There's a good chance it will. Oh, never mind. Alright. We have to talk to Mario-Toad 1 more time, and then we go to Honey Hive and get the Luigi level there, the Luigi thing. Yeah, Luigi Star. We get to save him from a bug. Back to the terrace. Alright, so we're gonna take advantage of slope climbing one last time here. And go save Luigi. Without slope climbing, you actually wouldn't be able to save Luigi in this level. You'd have to do it in, like, Gold Leaf 2 or something, probably. I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe you can get over here. Maybe it is possible. I'm not sure. And with that, that is 60 stars, everyone. Which means we get to go fight Bowser. Last Bowser level. I can try to explain all the things that I'm doing, but for the most part, everything should be pretty self-explanatory. I'm just trying to go fast. There's gonna be a little cutscene here. Did I call it Gold Leaf? I probably did. I do that a lot. Yep. Nintendo was lazy. They just made it so Luigi saves Luigi. Alright, so at the beginning of this level, there's a little section with, like, sideways walking things with spotlights. But if you just climb up above those, you can get to the top of a tower quicker with an earlier cycle. There's actually, it's possible to get it with a really early cycle, but I rarely ever get that. And then after that, there's going to be a fire thing. And there's supposed to be a wall behind you, but if you long jump to, like, the bottom left, you can bypass the wall and skip the fire section. And then after that, there's a sand section, but you can just long jump to the right and skip that as well. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to explain for the level. It's mostly just go fast, lava boost a little.
Go, Luigi!
Go, Luigi! And then go fight Bowser. canonically there are two Luigis. I don't know, because they don't really introduce Luigi since you skip the cutscene in the beginning. Yeah, Nintendo didn't really think about it. They just added a New Game Plus. I'm glad they did, though, because Luigi's way more fun than Mario, in my opinion. Let's go save Princess Peach. Now, see, when you meet the other Luigi, he just dismisses you as a person who looks like him. So that could be just what it is. Oops, alright. No Yoshi fan strats. Alright, that's actually a death. So, for sure no Yoshi fan strats. That's actually not what you're supposed to do, in case you were wondering. That's how you lose time in this game. It's by falling off the edge. And bonking. Alright, we died twice. So I actually just checked my splits. I'm 53 seconds ahead of my PB. Not anymore, though. If I had known that, I would have played it a lot safer. I'm actually kind of angry now that I just died twice. Wow. That makes me really sad. Because that's really far ahead, actually. Wow, I'm actually really far ahead. I thought I was like 2 minutes behind. Oh. Okay, maybe I can still PB. Wow, I'm so sad now. 53 seconds is a lot. Although, if I'm being completely honest, I had a feeling that would happen. PB will be tight, but probably possible. I did not see that coming. Alright, let's go fight Bowser. I'm actually kind of nervous now. I'm being quiet because I don't know if I'm going to PB anymore. I don't know how I saved so much time. That's kind of crazy. So if I didn't know that I was so... If I knew I was so far ahead, I would have played it safe. This is more than just a marathon run now. Alright, so for Tesla, time is when I touch the final grand star. So when I long jump at it. My PB is a 2:31.08 for those who are wondering. The Bowser fights are pretty self-explanatory. He rolls up into a ball here, and you just have to spin at his face, which isn't too hard to do. And you know where to stand. And then here you have to hit these little beanbag things or whatever at him. This will be very close. Actually, no. It's not... maybe. I think I could still PB. I was ahead by 53 seconds. Dang, that's actually like... I'm really disappointed. Because that's a lot. That's a lot of time. And if I had known I was that far ahead, I would have played it safe, even if it meant some time loss. Okay, so I screwed up the final hit there. Which means it's actually going to be even closer. This is going to be incredible. Means it's actually going to be even closer. This is going to be incredibly close. I screwed up the final hit. I'm going to start a local recording real quick. I started a local recording in case this does PB. I think it will. Alright, so timing is when I touch the last Grand Star. So, I PB'd. I PB'd by 13 seconds.